Hello and welcome to the video how to implement schedule tasks in Spring Boot. I am Nam Hà Minh at Code Java.net. Throughout this video, I will help you understand how to implement a schedule task that will execute a block of code periodically, for example, every 30 minutes in a Spring application, and understand various attributes of the schedule annotation in Spring Framework such as fixedRate, fixedDelay, initialDelay, fixedRateString, fixedDelayString, etc. So the key technologies are Java, Spring Framework, and Spring Boot, and I will use Spring Tool Suite IDE to demo some code examples about how to implement, how to create schedule tasks in Spring Framework. And when do we need to create schedule tasks? Here are some real-life examples of schedule tasks. We may need to have a task that is automatically backing up important data once a day. We may need to schedule a task that automatically sends promotional emails once a week. We may need to schedule a task that will clean up expired refresh tokens for REST API every 30 minutes, and so on. And here are the steps to create a schedule task in Spring Framework. Annotate a container managed class such as component, configuration service, etc. with the enable scheduling annotation, and mark a method with the scheduled annotation, and configure task scheduling with the attributes such as fixedRate, fixedDelay, initialDelay, cron, etc. And the enable scheduling annotation enables Spring's schedule task execution capability. It tells Spring to detect schedule annotations in any managed bins in the container. And code in the method that is annotated with the schedule annotation is scheduled to run once or periodically depending on the attributes used. Now, let me show you the first way to create a scheduled task in a Spring Boot project. As you can see, I have a Java Spring Boot project in Spring Tool Suite IDE here. It is a web application. Now, let me create a new class. Name the class as, for example, first task. Okay, and annotate this class using the component annotation. So Spring Framework will be able to load an object of this class into the container, and to enable task scheduling we need to annotate this class using the enable scheduling annotation like this. Okay, and in this component class, I declare the method work. Okay, print something here. First task is running, and to schedule this method to execute, to run, we use the schedule annotation here. Schedule annotation, and specify one of these attributes: cron, fixedDelay, fixedRate, initialDelay. Here I specify fixedDelay. fixedDelay is about 5 seconds for testing purpose. The default timeUnit is milliseconds, so to specify an interval of 5 seconds, I need to specify 5,000 here. That equals to 5 seconds. Okay, and start the application and to see. Okay, you see it prints first task is running. First task is running for every 5 seconds as specified by the attribute fixedDelay of the schedule annotation. You see here, first task is running. It is running every 5 seconds. You see, so this is a very simple example of schedule tasks in Spring Framework. Very simple and easy to implement, right? And let me show you how to implement schedule tasks in a second way. So in the first way, you see we have a component class, and we annotate the method using the schedule annotation. Everything is in the same class, the enable scheduling annotation. Okay, now in the second way, let me create a new class for the second task. Okay, and we also have the method work here and annotate this method using the scheduled annotation. Scheduled. And now I specify the attribute fixed rate for about 10 seconds, which is about 10,000 milliseconds, and print something here. Second task is running. Okay, and now I have a configuration class, for example like this, using the configuration annotation. And in this configuration class, I declare a bin of type second task like this. Second task, and return a new instance of second task class. Okay, so this is the second way to create a scheduled task in Spring Framework. We have a class that implements the task execution logic like this and annotate the method with schedule annotation. And in the app configuration class, we declare a bin of type of that task class here. Okay, so here I specify fixed rate is 10 seconds. Okay, now let me start the application, and we will see first task and second task both running, and you can see here second task is running, first task is running, second task is running, first task is running. You see, because the interval of the first task is shorter, so you see first task execution more than the execution of the second task. As you can see, the interval we specify for the first task is every 5 seconds, and the interval time for the second task is every 10 seconds. Okay, makes sense. So this is the second way to implement to create a scheduled task in Spring Framework. And you can see in the first task I used the attribute fixedDelay, but in the second task I used the attribute fixedRate. I will explain the difference between fixedDelay and fixedRate shortly. And note that the method annotated with the schedule annotation must not accept any arguments and should have void return type, as you can see in the code examples here. This method work does not have any arguments and it has a void return type, and also this one does not have any arguments and have void return type. And let me explain the difference between the fixedDelay and fixedRate attributes of the schedule annotation. The fixedDelay attribute specifies a fixed period between the end of the last invocation of the task and the start of the next invocation. It means that no matter how long a single execution of the task takes, the delay time between executions are always constant. and the next execution must wait the last one is complete. And the fixed rate attribute specifies a fixed period between invocations of the task. It means that the task will be executed exactly at the specified interval, regardless of how long the execution of each invocation takes. There can be a chance that two or more executions running in parallel if the execution time is longer than the fixed period. So that means you can use the fixedDelay attribute if overlapping executions are not allowed, and use the fixed rate if the task must run exactly at a specified interval and overlapping executions do not matter. You know the default time unit of the intervals in the attributes fixedDelay. Fixed rate of the schedule annotation is milliseconds. So you can see 10,000 milliseconds equals to 10 seconds. In this example, 5,000 milliseconds equals to 5 seconds. And we can change the time unit by specifying the attribute time unit here equal time unit. Let me change to seconds. You can see you can change the time unit to days, hours, microseconds, milliseconds, minutes, seconds, and even nanoseconds. Here I changed to seconds. So it means that the task will run at a specified interval of every 5 seconds. Okay, and in the second task, let me change the time unit to minutes. Time unit equal time unit nm to minutes here, and change to 5. That means this task is scheduled to be executed every 5 minutes. Make sense? Next, let me show you how to create a task that is scheduled to be executed only one time. In other words, how to implement one-time task in Spring. So let me create a new task class here. For example, one-time task. And we also write the task execution logic in a void method like this, and use the component annotation for the class. And for one-time task, we don't specify the attribute fixed rate or fixed delay. Instead, we specify the initial delay attribute. Initial delay time is 3 seconds, for example, 3 seconds. Okay. This is one-time task. Okay, and start the application. You see, this is one-time task, and you can see it prints this is one-time task only once. So it's easy to schedule one-time task like this. That specifies the attribute initial delay. We don't specify the attribute fixed delay or fixed rate. Next, let me show you how to configure the interval time values of fixed delay, fixed rate, and initial delay in a configuration file. For example, we have the application properties file. This is the application configuration file, and we define the interval time in this properties file like this: app.first task delay is 5. and second task the delay time is second task the delay time is 10, for example, and one time task the delay is 20. Okay, and then in the code we use the attribute fixedDelayString and then specify the placeholder for the attribute like this $sign and curly braces and then the attribute for first task here. Copy the property. Okay, you see. And similarly for the attribute for the fixed rate, we use the fixedRateString attribute and specify the placeholder and specify the name of the property second task delay. And similar for one time task, we specify initialDelay attribute and specify the placeholder and then the property name one time task delay. Okay, and start the application. You see, second task is running, first task is running, and one time task is scheduled to be executed after initial delay of 20 seconds. And let's see. You see, this is one time task. So that's very simple to configure the intervals in application configuration file like this. Define the properties and specify the placeholder for the property and use the attribute and with string such as initialDelay_string, fixedRateString, and fixedDelayString. Next, let me show you how to create and schedule a task using cron-like expression. If you're familiar with cron jobs on Unix system, you will find the cron attribute of the schedule annotation helpful. Let me create a new task, for example, third task. Okay, and annotate using the component annotation here. And code the execution logic in a while no argument method like this. Third task is running and we use the schedule annotation, and instead of specifying the attribute fixed delay or fixed rate or initial delay, we specify cron attribute which accepts a string that is cron-like expression in Unix system. This string has 6 elements. The first one is second, 0 second. The third one is minute, and the second one is minute, and the third one is hour, 6, and the fourth one is day of week, and the fifth one is day of month. And the sixth one is day of week from Monday to Friday. So this expression means that this task is scheduled to be executed at 6 hours 32 minutes every weekday from Monday to Friday, except weekends, except Saturday, except Sunday. So you can see using cron expression, it is more powerful, right? Now let me change to 6 hours 33 minutes because the time on my computer now is 6:32, and start the application to see. You see it prints third task is running. That means this task just has executed at a specified time, 6 hours 33 minutes on the weekday. Alright, so that you have learned how to implement scheduled tasks in Spring Framework with various code examples. I hope you found this video helpful. Please subscribe to my channel, like, comment and share this video. Thanks for watching.